So moving on, we're gonna talk about file support, which is this device here support a really wide range of files type, in which are the FLAC, ALAC, WAV, MP3, and many other ones that listed under the technical specs that you can find. So one of the really important functionalities from the device that I found is it has the DSD conversion, which is stand for direct stream digital. So it does give capability to have a real-time DSD conversion in which it's gonna convert any MP3 files, FLAC files, ALAC files into DSD quality types of audio files, so you can have your listening experience as the highest level. So the next thing is the battery life. From the manual, it shows that the battery life could last up to 16 hours. However, in my case, I found that I will get between 10 to 12 hours of music playing, given that the device is not being used for any other purpose. For example, since this is the Android device, you can actually play music, surfing internet, or playing any other games or apps at the same time. However, in my case, the device is just in the playing mode 100%. It's pretty decent battery life for given that it's such a powerful device with many functionalities built in. So another thing I'd like to show you is from the top, if we swipe down here, is kind of like a fast menus or quick menu access, in which it's gonna give you the access to adjust your brightness of the screen, enable and disable Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. So there are some other features here called standalone mode and airplane mode. So what are those two? The standalone mode, in which you would like to experience your music to the highest level, in which you can turn on this mode. What it does is turn off your screen, it turn off any other apps or any connections such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to prevent it from getting any interference, just to focus on playing your music alone. And it's also increase your battery life in that way. One downside of it is you'll not be able to see your screen or do anything because it will turn off everything. So the only option for you to use at the time is the side button here, where you can play, pause, next, or previous your tracks. And the airplane mode, it's kind of like works similar to the other mode. However, it does not turn off your screen. But if you prefer, you can actually still be able to turn on your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth at the time the airplane mode is on. And the other one is auto rotate, in which if you leave it on, you are using a web or something, when you turn the device, the screen gonna rotate just like any other smart device like iPhone or Android phone and whatnot. So the light out mode, what happened is for the light out and the headphone jack, they're using the same port. So if you connect this device to any other receivers or any audio device, this light mode should be turned on. What it does is gonna make your volume at the highest level, in which it does have a 160 step volume. You can either adjust from the dial here, or you just tap on the line here and raise it up and down, and it will do the job. And our output select is the last option here, where it's gonna allow you to select your output either using a balanced port and or ACG, right? So it gives you the options of how you want your output gonna be. So overall, in my own opinion, this is such a beautiful, sexy device that I would like to own. In terms of the performance is pretty great. It's got a slick design. The build seems to be pretty solid when you hold it. It does give the really solid feeling and fancy looking. So to protect this device from being slammed, scratched and all, I actually purchased a pouch that appeared to be made by Onkyo as well. If you search for a cover for this device, there is not many of them out there. It's really few, and it appeared to be this one. I have to import it from Japan as well. This is the leather case where you can just slide the device in here and it's gonna sit nicely and snug, right? So let me go ahead and show that to you. So this is how it's look after being put the cover on, and it's pretty nice. Only one complaint, not complaint, but it's actually what I found is not perfect is we can see the gap here. So let me see if we can get the clearness here. Okay, so once we put it all the way in, it still have a little gap here that's sticking out. So I would prefer to have that kind of like flush with the top part, but in this case it's not that way. So pro and con. This device has so many pro to talk about, in which it's pretty powerful device, slick designs and everything. So we already talked about it. So the cons on the device itself, I found that there are two points that I would like to point out. The first one is also being complained by other user is, let's see here. So the headphone port here, we can see on the screen is actually not really fit tight with its casing. So what happened is there is the gap of the hole in the jack port itself. So once you plug your headphone jack in, it gives some play in which it can wiggle a little bit. So in the long time, what happened, potentially it could lose some connection inside, and that is being reported by many users. In my case, I don't have that problem yet, but that potentially could be seen it actually does not have a tight fit here. I can move it a little bit here. The second point I'd like to point it out is the 4 buttons on the side here. They are really nice, but however, the edge of these buttons are extremely sharp. So if you run your finger through like this, you will have the feeling that your finger got caught by those edges. It just has the same feeling that you run your finger through a knife or something. I mean, it's not as sharp as a knife, however, it's pretty sharp in my case. So how overall is beautiful, the device. I enjoy it. I definitely would recommend you to get one if you are into music and portable portable device. Thanks for watching.